Okay, we got this is a strap belly leather. It's veg tanned, but it's a natural, has no dye on it. And this is a 5 to 6 ounce, and we're gonna do 50 speed, so 50 millimeters a second speed with 40% power. And this is going to be on the 20-watt module X tool. So let's see how we do. So we're going to do one with air, and then we're going to do one without air. And because these natural leather is kind of hard to laser, because you'll get soot all over the place, and if you try and wipe it, it may smear and stain it. So let's see what happens. Right now it's going to laser cut it. The outline cut we have at 6 millimeters a second at 100% power. Okay, there we go. So 6 millimeters a second on 5 to 6 ounce natural, not dyed, veg tan leather. I probably could have went like maybe 9 millimeters or 10 millimeters a second. It looked like it cut pretty good, pretty easy. Okay, so you have all that soot, right? We had the air assist on. The air assist is gonna blow all that stuff all over the place. Let's see if I can use some grease lightning and get rid of that. We're gonna try another one without air, and then we're going to try one with some residue on it. We're going to put residue on it, let it dry for about 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to laser it, and we'll see if that'll protect the leather from getting stained. All right, I sprayed some grease lightning, so let's see if it'll get rid of it. And let's see if the grease lightning stains the leather. Alright, so we're going to put this on the side. We're going to let this dry. You can blow some air. I probably should have blown air on it first. So anyway, we'll let this dry and keep it in view. And we'll do the next one. Alright, so let's put this one on here. Okay. Let's bring it back. Okay, and let's run the same job and see what happens. Again, we have the air off. This is on. Right there and off. Also on this one, since 6 millimeters cut through this pretty easy, I'm going to go 8 millimeters. So I'm going to go a little bit faster just to save on time. Let's see if it'll still go through. 50 millimeters a second speed, 40% power, and the cut is 8 millimeters a second, 100% power. So actually, this is looking a lot cleaner without the air assist. It's a lot cleaner, and there's not so much soot. So whenever this is done, we're going to actually take it to the air and blow it off with some compressed air. While that's cutting that, it looks like the grease lightning kind of stained this a little bit. So yeah, it kind of messed this patch up a little bit. But you know what? We can take some sandpaper and see if the sandpaper will take it off. Not sure. Okay. So it's still cut through 5 to 6 ounce with 8 millimeters a second. So that cut through pretty easy still. Alright, so on the next test we're going to do 10 millimeters a second and see if that goes a little faster. So as you can see, just the because the fan, the exhaust, you see the fan there is blowing that way, it's sucking in air out to the back door, and so this soot right here was dragging the air across, and so that's how you got it on the bottom, but you didn't get it on the top. So we're gonna get some air on this. I'm not sure if I can go over there. Let's try and go. All right, again, this is the same patch. Right, we're gonna try and blow a little bit off of there. Okay. Let's go back over there, but this is how it looks. I got that light behind me here. So, anyway, there's that one. It's a little bit better. But now, we're gonna try sandpaper here in a little bit. I'm not sure if it's gonna get rid of it or not, but let's try one more, and this time we're gonna put Resilene on it. All right, what we have here is another piece, 5 to 6 ounce veg tan. This is non-dyed. This is natural strap belly, and so we're just gonna take some Resilene here, and we're going to do a thin coat, and we're going to see if that protects the leather. That way when we laser it and we wipe it off, it's protected and it'll come off being protected by the Resilene. So let's try it out. All right, a little bit goes a long way, so let's go ahead and wipe it on. Okay, we'll let it dry. We're going to give it another coat. And you can look at it at an angle. Where is it at? There it goes. Where's it at? Where's the shine? There's the protective coating on it. All right, let's let it dry and get it back on the laser. All right, here it is again. It's the same one. It's coated. You can see a nice little shine to it. I'll put it back here. All right, let's put it down a little bit just like that, and let's run it again. The same. The speed, 50 millimeters a second, 40% power, and the cut, we're going to do 10 millimeters a second on this one. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, so after this one, if it's still not a 100% success, we're going to try and put masking tape on the 4th test and see if that helps. Now that should definitely help. Let's just hope that the masking tape adhesive doesn't mess with the natural top of the leather. So let's see how this one turns out. Wow, so far this is looking really good. It's looking a lot better than the 2nd test. All right, we're at a blazing 10 millimeters a second cutting, and once it's cut, let's see what happens. See, we're still getting because the air is pulling that way, is getting onto the leather there. But let's see if it wipes off. All right, as you can tell, 10 millimeters a second, cut right through it just fine. Again, I didn't have to peel it off or anything, and it still had when the air was going across. So this is the one with the Resilene. You see how shiny it is? Let's see if we can blow it off with the air and wipe it off. All right, let's throw a little air on there. All right, let's go. And nothing happened to it. Still got the bottom down there at the bottom where the air was blowing that way. Okay, so we don't have awesome, or LA awesome, or La awesome, whatever it's called. I did find the bottom, but it was empty. So this is not coated with the Resilene, and this is coated with the Resilene. What you think? So let's wipe this off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It came right off. So the Resilene protectant actually works. Awesome. So there is your smoky bottom right there where the air was flowing this way, and here is this one. It is virtually gone. I could do a couple more wipes, but that is perfect. So Let me see if I can get off with this. There's a little bit at the bottom. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Beautiful. All right. So what if we don't want that glossy finish from the residue? I would still put the residue on there to protect it no matter what, even if it didn't have soot marks like all these. Just because you want to protect that leather. If you're going to leave it undyed, you want to kind of protect that leather from any kind of stains and whatnot. Just like you saw, I had the stains of the soot and I wiped it off with degreaser and it wiped right off. So let's put some masking tape on a fourth piece and let's see what happens with that. All right, we have a fourth and final piece here. Our test, second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, and let's put some masking tape on it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna leave it at 10 millimeters a second because I have masking tape on it. It has the paper top and adhesive bottom. So if it cuts through that, then maybe later on we can try 12 millimeters a second. So we're gonna leave the settings the same. 50 millimeters a second, 40% power for the engrave, and then 10 millimeters a second, 100% power for the cutout. Let's go. And we have no air assist. Again, this was the first sample. Air assist, no protection of residue, nothing. Kind of smeared everything. I probably should have blew it with air first, but I think it still would have been bad. The second one, we removed the air assist. It was pretty good, but it still left some soot marks, especially at the bottom because the air is going that way. So if you have an enclosed system, right, and the air is pulling upward, then you may not have any issue at all. It may laser perfectly fine if you have the air going up. Here I have an open system and I have a fan over there that's blowing straight back or at an angle, and so that's where you got a lot of the marks, or a lot of the burn or the smoke here flowing that way, and we're kind of like messed up the entire thing. But that's the second test. And then the third one here has the residue. You can see the shininess, which looks a little bit more professional anyway, and it will protect anything that you make for a customer. They can just wipe it off, and that's exactly what we did here. We used the residue, we let it dry for about 5 minutes in front of a fan, and then we lasered it. We still had a little bit of soot on the bottom with the air flowing that way, but we used a little bit of grease lightning. You probably can use Awesome as well. I don't think it's that aggressive of a degreaser as grease lightning. And then we just wiped it off. And because it has that residue protectant on there, it came out very, very nice. So anyway, we're only doing this if you want to keep the natural look and not residue or anything like that. You'll want to probably put tape on it to help protect any kind of burning and the soot going all over the place. So I don't know. I really don't think this is going to work because you got small pieces that are going to be there and you're going to have to peel each one of them off. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see if the tape affected the cutting speed of the 10 millimeter. Nope, still cut right through it. So we may be able to go 12 millimeter, maybe even faster than that at 100% power. So now what do you do with this? Leave it blue? I'm not looking forward to this. Let me get this started. I'll be here all day. Yeah, be prepared for it to come out in pieces. This may just be a big mess. I wouldn't use this if you have a bunch of detail. Not too bad. Get inside the O, inside the D, inside the S. Yeah, I would suggest against this if your if you're using, you have some detail in there. I mean, it protected it, right? But if you got small detail, you're gonna have to get in there with a little pick tool or a blade of some sort and clean that out. It doesn't look that nice either. Like, it kind of looks distorted. I think the adhesive of the tape kind of just made it look funky looking. I don't know, it kind of looks weird. Yeah, I don't like that. So my best bet is to use Resilene. This is the nicest one of them all. Resilene, a little bit goes a long way. You can let it dry, let the first coat dry for about, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute, and then apply a second coat if you want to, and then let that dry for about 5 minutes in front of a fan. We used, you know, this fan here, and just put it there for 5 minutes, and then laser away. And then any kind of soot, you can wipe it off with, you know, Awesome or Grease Lightning is what I used. But I turned the air assist off on that. Turn that fan off. Turn that on. I'm yelling over here. It's already the end of the video already. I would go for this option right here, Resilene. And you're gonna have the shine, but it's better to have that and better be protected, because if you stain this without it being coated, it's not going to come off if you stain it with anything. Take what you want from that. This one had the tape on it, no protection, and yeah, I don't like it. I mean, the burn, look at the burn, the difference of the burn between the Resilene and the Resilene coated one and this. This looks a lot nicer, even going against this one here. It's a lot nicer cut. All right, so let me know what you guys think. How do you guys laser your veg tan leather that is not dyed? This is natural, no dye on this. The ones that are dyed, kind of like this one here, you know, it's easier, right? It's easier to clean the soot off. But this one that has no protection, I think you got to use some kind of protection, which this one has the Resilene on it. And yeah, let me know how you guys do your veg tan. This video here was testing for a buddy, Jose. So, but he's got CO2, so you're gonna have to figure out your settings. 50 millimeters a second at 40% power. I have a 20 watt module. He has a CO2. I have a diode. All right, and the cut here was 10 millimeters a second, 100% power. But use Resilene, bro. I think yours will come out a lot better. Peace.